it. Turn on the lights down there. Yeah, Blink-182.
Yeah.
That was the album that didn't hit as hard, I felt.
But the refrain went, put your hand in mine. I'll leave when I want to. Something like that, right?
Something like that. I think that's a little bit sweeter rendition, actually. But I appreciate that.
I'll leave when I want to. And then just tasty guitar riffs.
Yeah, that's right. And Travis Barker just ripping the drum set. Just
Oh
doing
my God. Remember when he left for Angel and Airwaves? And they went to plus 44.
Well, who was it? It was Mark Hoppus. Mark Hoppus is the lead guy, and then Travis Barker, and then I'm blanking on the third because it's only a 3-man. It's only a trio.
Jake, everybody blanks on the third. No, I think he was the one. No.
Spiders!
Exactly. He was the one that led into aliens. He was right about aliens. Is it Mark something? I'm going to look it up now.
Well, it's Mark Hoppus and then Travis Barker and then the third Blink-182 member. But that was like the tie-dye album, if you recall.
Tom DeLonge.
Yes, Tom DeLonge, of course.
And then looks like Matt
Spiders. That's like one of their first.
Where are you?
I'm so sorry. I believe in aliens. Oh yeah,
dude, he was right. Tom DeLonge is right.
Yeah, Tommy boy. But yeah, I think was he the one that he did Angels and Airways, and then the other one did plus 44. Do you remember that?
That's right. Your football number, of course. How could I forget? Your
Destiny.
Football number
Was a band.
You love that band. That was like right in middle school for us, huh?
I got to go back and look at what songs plus 44 had, because they probably had maybe one or two that might.
There was one. It's all about like really, really intense, passionate love that only a teenager can understand. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
Where you have like really extreme emotions. I feel like it's like, I'll be there when your heart stops beating. I'll be there if your last breath's taken away. I'll be there when the rain starts coming.
Yeah.
You know?
Clearly, Mark's got a style, and you can tell. It really carried over from the Blink into the plus 4. Well, you know what? I think we've done a little bit. We'll keep this all in. Welcome to Going Yard.
Yes. Perfect intro.
Plus 44. Hello. Blink-182. Hopefully you're fans. If not, this is the newest musical recommendation outside of our girl, who I'm currently blanking on her name, but
it's Olivia Dean. You know it.
Thank you so much. I know. I've just got too much going on, and you
had a busy day.
Busy day. We're recording closer to my work day, and I just haven't compartmentalized or decompressed yet. So if that comes across, Alex, that's not you. That's me. That's me. I want you to know that.
Good. Thank you. I appreciate that vulnerability off top. Like that.
Off the jump as well, Alex. Really want to address for the YouTube and visual audience here, loving the
I forgot it was even on. Yes.
Look at you.
I was holding this up. I got this here.
Oh,
here we go. Maybe that's a thumbnail.
Yes. And
for the listener, I am holding up my medal from the Broad Street Run this past weekend. I have a shirt, and I was just holding up a towel that I just put down, but got a medal. It's real.
Oh, he's biting it. And Liberty Bell, it looks like, really prominently all over it. Very cool.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Pretty sick. How far was that, Alex? We'll get into it. We'll get into a little bit.
We'll get into that.
Do a deep dive.
We'll get into small town antics, right?
That's right.
We got together. We were a little brekkie.
We sure did. Little brekkie, little F1, little brouhaha action. We did the whole thing. We did the whole thing.
And at the end, we'll probably talk about sports, the roots of this podcast.
Yes.
But
our deep roots of the podcast.
What a week for Philly sports, huh?
I know. We're late to the party. We're like a week. Yeah. We're a week later by the time this airs. Who knows? There's a second Sixers-Knicks game happening tonight. So we do not know the outcome of that as we record this. However, we could just take a moment to bask in the Celtics series. That was incredible. We'll do that at the end.
Yeah.
But how's the week been otherwise? Just day to day, Alex. How are you doing? What's it like? What have you been up to? How are you living? What kind of stuff's going on? Are you
A
happy? Are
lot
you
of
sad? What is well,
I'm
are
in
you
a
excited? Are you perturbed? Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling excited? Are you feeling anything other than the six emotions I set out? Because I don't want to pigeonhole you, Alex. I don't want to
no, you
pigeonhole
never
you.
would. You would
And
never do
and
that.
and if it's
Yeah.
unclear already, I have had a second coffee and it is kicking in. So I apologize for the energy.
That's why you're real zippy. You're real zippy now.
I am.
Perturbed. Perturbed's an interesting one. Maybe perturbed. Kind of rainy today. Didn't get outside as much as I'm normally
Right.
used to getting outside.
Mhm.
I'm in a weird limbo. No movement yet on the hearing back from the companies with the
Mm.
interviews. So
How low
I'm
can you
now,
go?
yep. And so I'm just kind of waiting around for that, which isn't great because I don't have control and I lack the control there. I've done my follow-ups.
Mhm.
I'm just
Waiting.
holding tight now, you know?
Ah.
Um,
Fingers crossed from me and the entire audience. We've all got our fingers crossed. You can't see them
appreciate
right now,
that.
Alex. You could see me,
Oh,
but
they're crossed. Yeah,
everyone
they're
else is
crossed. I see
crossed
it.
as well. Yeah. Okay.
So yes, I'm in a weird, maybe not anxious, but I'm in a weird limbo right now. So,
Yeah.
I'm but I'm good. I'm ultimately good. I feel good about the Broad Street run,
Love
did
that.
that.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got the Sixers coming up later. Throw yourself into that. Maybe some hobbies. I don't know. Are you painting again? When's the
not,
last time you
not
painted?
yet. Oh gosh, what's it been? Oh man. Oh, I'd say probably over a year, I think. Probably years now that I
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
done old painting. I think
Yeah,
it's in
my
my
whittling is really taking a back seat as well.
no, you did a little whittling for that thing we did. You did a
That's
little
right.
whittling.
No spoilers, but that's right. Sure did.
I've caught a couple birds, bird watching, you know what I mean? So we did that on remember we did our Frisbee golf last Friday
Alex, this
too,
is a
you know?
delightful update for the podcast, for the audience. I
Mhm.
mean, everyone was here as this hobby was kind of birthed and really, I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say birth, but I would say it took on its next evolution with the app. I
Yeah.
think I
It
think
hatched. You could say it hatched.
it
It wasn't
hatched.
an egg. Yeah. It wasn't
Classic
an
you,
egg.
classic bird watcher,
Yeah.
classic bird watcher, Alex.
This is the
Yeah,
nest. This is the
yeah.
nest, I'd say. Where the incubated. It was incubated here.
It was
Yeah.
incubated here.
Yeah.
You had hatched it. You brought the egg to us as a
But
community, and the community gave you our warmth. And I like to think together,
yeah.
us in the
Yeah.
community, we really helped you, find that app and it's
Hey,
fantastic. So
fly away from the nest, and I found my wings. I found my flight. I
you
found my
sure
flight.
did.
I've
Yeah.
flown away. You can always come back to the nest, but yeah. Now I'm up in the air, and I'm flying around.
So how many more did you get this week? Would you got a couple more
I'm at
locked
10
and
now.
loaded?
10 total species.
Sightings. Woof.
But you gotta
Woo.
help. I mean, got help from Tyler and you when we
I
went Frisbee
know.
golfing.
How
That was
great.
fun.
How great was
Mm,
that, dude? That was my
mm.
second time, but you're first, right? Am I not?
Oh,
Well, I
Jake,
guess we've
it
gone in like
was
the way back, but I mean in the more recent history,
definitely
this
my
is the
first
first
in a long,
time
long
in
time.
yeah.
And just a morning in the woods,
Ah,
there's like,
ah,
hi, on a nice day, the sunlight's peeking through the
mm,
trees, the dappling on the, the forest floor, and you're just
mhm,
trying to toss some discs that are
ah.
put in front of cliff sides next to a river. What was that one about?
I
Remember?
know that one. We didn't lose it though. We did not
We didn't.
lose the disc.
Yeah,
Just took a little tumble is all. That was a blast. Yeah, Tyler State Park
that's awesome.
has two separate different courses and we did the harder one. Which yeah,
Hmm.
again, overlooked the river. High risk, high reward with some discs flying around next to a river. So yeah, that was So fun though, because you get your steps in. It was early, like we got a little morning action. You know
Hmm.
that nature's waking up. We're waking up, getting our steps in, do a little hike
Hmm.
almost. Oh, it's the best. It was it was so
And
fun.
just, bonding with Tyler, with you, silly jokes and everything. And
Oh, the
just
silliest.
tossing those discs around. I thought I'd be worse at it, but I felt like I got my rhythm towards the middle and end of it.
Yeah.
Kind of found once we got to the meadow, you could really open up. You're not worried about
Mm-hmm.
all the trees. You could really let it rip without
Oh yeah.
as much caution. Throw caution to the wind a little bit.
Oh
So
yeah. Oh, that was a blast. We had that. I had yeah, I can't remember if I talked about it in the pod or not, but we mentioned it briefly. The cement guys are out front. Did we talk about that? I can't remember, but
yeah, well, I went over there and it's like the pathway is getting replaced. Your pathway is getting replaced or
they
something.
ripped the whole thing up, and yeah, and now it was a little bit of a log jam in the household here, Alex. I couldn't even get out. I I couldn't get out to the trash because
Mm.
everything's blocked off, and
Oh
so
no.
the trash has been kind of building up, and then today I just
Oh.
kind of hit a breaking point where I was like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
just taking these bags of trash, these pizza boxes, a couple of other Amazon boxes. I'm just going for it. And the guys were on break, but
Mm-hmm.
and so I kind of just tiptoed over the now at this
Wet
point
cement? You tiptoed over
they
wet cement? Is that
no,
what I heard?
I didn't. That's not what I
Okay.
said. No,
Okay.
they've just leveled and they've put the stone down. So
Mm.
they haven't put in the cement. It was a little bit rainy, like you mentioned. So I think they were waiting. And
Mhm.
so no one was there. I just did a couple of tip taps, a couple of steps across
Yeah,
and
tip
got
taps.
to the trash. But I will say with the cement, when they did, I had a nice moment with them. They walked by and I was coming back from a walk yesterday. I kind of just did a knuckle bump with each of them and was
Oh,
like,
you
great
did?
job, doing a great job. And I was worried because I was very sincere when I said it, but sometimes it
Mhm.
could come off sarcastic or douchey or whatever. And
Yeah,
so
sure.
luckily they were like, oh, thanks, man. And they took it sincerely, which made me happy.
Did they
Um,
know, or did you tell them, "Hey, I live upstairs. I really appreciate this." Like, did they know your
they've
contacts or
I think they've seen over the course of a few days here that like I've walked up and down a few times.
Mhm.
And so I
Mhm.
think they know we kind of made eye contact. I kind of like just a nod. So I did kind of work my way up to this. It wasn't just a
So you're
blind
you're
blind
you're kind
thing.
of
You know what
batting your eyelashes at them a couple
I
days
mean?
before. You're
Right, right.
you're
Okay.
you're
All right.
flipping
Yeah.
your hair back behind your ear a couple times before
You
you get to
boys
fist
want any
bump.
lemonade? Exactly.
Must be pretty
Yeah.
hot
Okay.
down there.
Yeah.
Must be
Ooh,
pretty hot down there.
sweltering, isn't it, boy? Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Sweltering. Very good. Are you doing the
But
vocab a day? Sweltering. Well done.
I
Mm.
know, I know. I'm perturbed at how much it's really seeping into my day to day. Um, but no, so honestly, part of the reason I'm doing all this, I got to get all this goodwill up front because Lisa and I are eyeing,
Uh-oh.
cement day because we wanna write our names in it. We wanna
Oh,
write,
good. Yeah.
maybe a little Yardley action. I don't know. Um,
You should get Pippin's paw prints in there. You get them down there and you put
oh
the little paw
no,
prints in there.
I
Yeah, you get the
love
little paw
yeah,
prints in there walking across or something.
it would be adorable if he accidentally got out or something and they just paw prints across the whole walkway. You could just see him
Mhm.
walking up and down.
It was an
Would be
artistic
adorable.
choice, you know?
Yeah,
You could say it was
would
an
be
artistic
adorable.
choice. Or just
Uh,
honestly, just a little you get a little stick, you go, you know, JY or JY,
LJ.
LJ. Yeah, the you two do quick initials right in the corner if you want to be brief about it, subtle with it.
Mm-hmm. A little date action or something. I don't know. Or maybe we just do like balls with a Z and we go, ugh, can you believe the next day we show up? Can you believe these fucking kids? It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
We have to
Disgusting.
live here. We have to
I
live
know.
here. It's
Yeah.
it's
Something
disgusting what they
to get
do.
it off the scent. Something immature.
You're given a real, like, whoever smelt it dealt it vibe, though, because you were the
Right.
one that goes, "Oh,
Yeah,
just
maybe classier.
disgusted." Yeah.
Maybe I would do that technique, but something classy or something more fun. Maybe something I'll
Mhm.
have to do a little think. Actually, would
Oh,
love any feedback on what Lisa and I should put in the wet cement in front of our home.
what if
Um,
what if the um first thing said, "Don't walk on me," and then, like, a couple down, it says, "Ouch, that hurt," like, in quotation marks? Like,
oh
it's
my
a cement
god, that's
like, it's
dark.
a
Yeah,
cement
graveyard. Yeah,
talking,
yeah. No, I got
and
it.
it's like, "Ouch, ouch, stop walking on me," something like that. Like, quotation marks,
Ow,
ouch.
ouch. I'm under here.
Yeah.
Uh, that could be fun. That could be fun.
Yeah, it was a real small town feeling, I feel like, because I was walking by and saw sort of the work going on. We had a small town
Oh,
moment too.
yes,
Yeah.
I saw you walking. Yeah, you looked like you had your hair on fire. It was great. Um,
Yeah, I'm for the listener, um I I guess as a part-time job you could say I am the emergency property manager for my dad, who who there's a there's a storefront with an apartment above that he called me from Germany. He's on vacation. Dad's on vacation. He calls me from Germany. He goes, "You got to get down to," gives me the address. He goes, "You got to get down there because the tenant below with the business said there's a leak from upstairs and they're not home. So you got to get in there. You got to figure out what's going on down there." So
crash
I go in.
course.
Yeah, as I go in, I try to figure out what's going on. I check the washer dryer unit. I check the sinks. I check everything that's like above where it is. Initially, it was a washer dryer because that's directly above where the leak was. But it's all bone dry. And so I'm telling this to dad. I'm like, "Hey, so we're gonna have to call Lucas." He goes, "Don't call Lucas. He's a
The
fortune."
plumber.
Yeah, the plumber. Yeah. He goes, "We have to call the plumber named Lucas. He's a fortune." But then eventually, I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to call him anyway because everything up here looks fine." So anyway, not Lucas, another guy named Jim. He shows up with the plumbing truck, and I run over there. I'm kind of briefing him on what we've found so far, the drop ceiling that is soaked out. And I go, "Can I carry? Hey, let me carry this." He's carrying a bag of stuff. "Let me carry the ladder for you." So I'm carrying a ladder. I'm telling him what's going on, this pipe above the thing. And so me and this plumber are walking down the street. I'm carrying a ladder, and then I just see Jake and Lisa just walking on the sidewalk at that exact moment. And I kind of like tripped out for a second, like two worlds colliding, and was like,
Yeah.
like I think I waved at you, but I kind of blacked out in that moment. I
I
don't
think you kind of
remember.
looked up and you continued talking, and I was like, "Oh, he's locked in or whatever." But it was a moment where I was gonna say something, do the whole twin, like "Look at us!" To the plumber,
Mm-hmm.
but he was locked in, you were locked in, and Lisa and I were like, all right," just kind of kept walking. But yeah,
Yeah, we were all.
you were in the heat of it. You looked like you. I don't know if you were or not, but in my mind, the energy, it felt like you were like sweating, like it was just like as if you were already
Oh,
sweating and you were just going through and like, well,
great.
the two of you, both of you seemed like that was kind of
Oh,
like you
great.
had somewhere to go. You had somewhere to go. You
Oh,
were
great.
busy. You were briefing. And I was like,
We were
I
working.
shouldn't.
We were working when you two
I
were
know.
just lollygagging for
I
lunch or whatever you were
know.
doing.
We
You
sure
two.
were.
Is that where you're going?
Yeah.
You're going to get ice cream or
Where the
something.
heck were we? We were just taking, I think it was a lunch walk.
Mhm.
Um, So yeah, we're both remote, so just got to get out of the house when you can. So it's helpful when someone else is like, "Hey, let's move." And so we went for lunch. We just walked around and then had
That's
lunch.
lovely.
We had lunch at the place, but yeah. But
That's
anyway,
nice.
yeah. So
Yeah, well, it is. It's funny because so we were locked in. We were definitely getting trying to figure out how serious this leak was going to be. I was thinking about how expensive it was going to be, and the storefront, the business that owns it, the woman at the front desk, lovely woman, Debbie. She's great, but
Oh, we
it's
love
like
Debbie.
it's an IV place, so it's like a hydration IV place, but it feels like a spa in there. Like they have very comfy recliner chairs and blankets and like calm music playing and nice
And a
scents.
leak.
So it's well, and that's why it's so funny. Me and the plumber are just stomping through the middle of it, like yeah, here's what I think it is, and he's like yelling from the back, like, "Where's the main water valve?" I'm like, "It's in the basement. I'll go get it." And there's like a woman, like a customer or client, like in
Trying to go zen.
yeah, trying to go real zen and get her like IV and supplement package or whatever they sell there.
I'm
And
picturing
we're like stomp around in the basement. Like, we need a drop ceiling tile. Do they have another one? Oh, they do. All right.
You know the Charlie Brown character that just has like a cloud of dust at all times. Yeah, I'm picturing this guy's boots, just this cloud of dust just stomping through that you mentioned.
It was funny. So he got it all done. It was actually a really reasonable price, and it was a small, tiny leak, like a pinhole size leak in a copper pipe or whatever. And nothing, no problem. But when he left, we wrote the bill, and then I went back in there to just check on it, and there was so much. So one of the drop ceilings, it had soaked and like got waterlogged. So he took that and threw it in a trash bag, and took that away. But the debris from that was all over the bathroom. So I had to sweep it up and just make sure it's good. But it was just funny juxtaposition of like all this waterlogged debris from a ceiling is on the floor now and just looks gross. And I'm like,
I feel hydrated. I feel so hydrated and in touch with my body. And then just like, is there debris?
Yeah. But it all got solved. It's all done. Yeah, it was all.
Yeah, that was down the street from the breakfast spot. I haven't been there in years. They redid the whole thing. You, me, Al.
You said State Street Kitchen, but it's Pat's, right? Which there's a separate State Street Kitchen, isn't that right? Or
those are two different things. Yes.
Yeah. I just in the text message, I think you put Pat's State. No, you did. I'm gonna.
No, we should dig it up. No, let's dig it up.
No. Let's talk about it.
Do this. No, let's do this. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Oh boy.
Let's see what happens.
Where is it?
Is it the group text? You're sick. You're sick for bringing this up publicly in real time. This is sick behavior.
No, I didn't know it was going to be like this. I didn't know it was going to. Okay, wait. No, it must have been a group. It must have been a group check because I just went through ours. I didn't even see it.
No. Oh, I got it. Yep. It's you, me, and Al. Now.
Oh, and Al's in it. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then we then said Pat's later because it was in the air. Pat's or Stage Street at 10. That was Friday. On Saturday, little question mark, still good for Pat's at 10.
But then you said Pat's and then in parentheses or State Street Kitchen at 10.
Right. That was the day before because we didn't know. And then day of, still good for Pat's at 10. Only Pat's, no State Street. And you said,
way you put the parentheses,
yes, with the thumbs up.
I did.
The thumbs up.
Okay. I'll take the loss.
I'm happy. No, you know what? I'm happy.
I'll take the loss. No, I'll take the loss.
I'm happy with that.
I'll take the loss on this. Okay. Lovely breakfast, though. Had a lovely
fantastic. Fantastic.
I was late. I went to the wrong
place. They changed the layout where the door they now like they blew out the one side. It was a different building or a different store. They kind of blew through the wall there, and then they patched up the old door. I was very confused when I got there.
Yeah, the side door is the main door now. Like it was the side door for the other place. Now it's the main door for their place that you walk through that you're explaining. Yeah.
But it's so funny because it just feels like it's someone's living room, like intentionally. They're trying to make it like somebody's. And so there's just like, cuckoo clock on the wall and like a bunch of like random, looks like home decor around.
Eclectic. It's eclectic, I think someone would say.
We
I
got the big
I
booth.
tell you what, when I get in a cozy place like that or a diner for like a breakfast brunch type of thing, I have to go coffee water right off jump.
Yeah,
It's
every
like
time.
built in. I have to. Coffee water,
Every
please.
that was
Mhm.
that is the one thing East Coast, West Coast that I missed about the East Coast and I'm excited about is diners. Having
Mhm.
diners around and having the coffee water, you walk in and you're just like ready to roll. Just nothing I love more. And maybe it's our comedy days that just really makes a diner. The fact it's
Yeah.
24/7, there's a consistency about it. There's
Mhm.
just like and it's not like it's trying to upsell you ever. It's more of like a, volume play type deal, unless it's a really fancy place, but that I wouldn't even
But
categorize
still,
that as
the breakfast food is like you said, it's consistent. You kind of know what you're getting where in any diner you're going to if you're getting an omelet, you know, like an omelet's and just an
yeah.
omelet. There's not too much more you can do with that. And that with like a toast, like a good rye toast. And if they butter the
Mhm.
bread, that's
Ugh,
how you know it's a good place. If they butter it
that's
for you,
right. You did mention that.
it's a small thing, but I think it's the attention to detail with that. I can butter my
Yeah.
own bread. I'm not against it. But if you did it for me, bigger tip.
Bigger
Get me a
tip.
bigger tip.
Yeah.
Yep.
1,000%. I have found that I have really settled into, for whatever reason, I like the idea of an omelet, but just the fact that the egg usually dominates the flavor profile, it just I like an over easy egg better, and
Mm,
so because of that, I lean towards skillet or hash, like some kind of like I like the
mhm.
skillet because you could do like an over easy, and then you drizzle it on the rest of like the sautéed veggie type of thing, and that's kind of my new diner go to is like the skillet option, whatever it is.
Well, we talked about this on a previous one. You got the fajitas that come out sizzling. And I think this is more of an attention thing for you, Jake. You want
Oh
that skillet coming out. You want people looking
no.
over. You go, that's my hot pan.
No.
You go, that's my
Yeah.
hot pan, right? And
Yeah.
then it
They need
comes
a
on in.
glove to carry mine.
Mine's still cooking. And
I'll
yeah.
take it from here, boys. It's still cooking. The egg, yeah.
How are
I'll
we on
drizzle it over
ramekins
my
in the back? How are we in ramekins? Do we have
yeah.
enough?
86 peppers, 86 green peppers.
Yeah. Where are my
Um,
tickets? Where are my tickets? You're like pseudo chef at the table.
yeah, that's right. By the
No,
way, did want to bring up really quick while we're on the breakfast chat and lingo.
mhm,
Did you catch one? It must have been last week now, but you and I have been on the New York Times app
mhm.
game, and Wordle is
Wordle
incredible,
and
and
connections. Yeah.
connections. They
Mhm.
had that the other day. It was 86 was one of the connections, and so
Mm,
I nailed it because of the restaurant background where
yeah.
it fit into the category.
You just
Um,
started kind of playing that, right? You just started playing connections.
yes, I'm new.
Mhm.
I'm fresh to the game, and
Yeah.
so Wordle I did back in the day a few years ago. Actually,
Mhm.
very fun. I had an old work. It was a startup. We were in a WeWork. We were all a lot of camaraderie. We're fun. We're a fun time. We all wear a lot of different hats. And so that was the kind of
Sure, sure.
vibe. That was the vibe of the company. And it was awesome because we had a whiteboard where we had all our names and the amount of tries it took for Wordle that day. And so every
Oh,
morning,
that's competitive, huh?
oh
That's
yeah.
kinda
And
competitive.
I take pride in getting to the office first and having my Wordle number up there to start the
Oh,
day.
god, nobody likes that guy. Oh my,
I
you were
know.
that guy at the
No, I
office?
know. I know. I was there. I
Oh,
was there
no.
first, and then the Wordle thing started. But I took great pride. I
Did
like
you
to
leave
think.
last? Did you leave last as well?
No, this is all a ploy so I could leave early.
Oh, okay.
um,
No shame in
yeah,
that game either way, though. No, the good for you for showing up. I tease. I jest, but,
yeah.
good for you.
But So Wordle, no stranger to Wordle. I'm getting back into it. It's been very fun. The connections has been a very nice development. I will say I got started out pretty hot the first like week where I was like, oh, this
Hmm.
is awesome. This is pretty easy. And then I had a real cold spell. Hit a real
Yeah.
cold spell afterwards, and got humbled pretty quickly the second week.
Do you
Um,
know? Do you know the meme? It's a pretty popular photo of Ben Affleck smoking a cigarette in the rain after his divorce to Jennifer Lopez. Do you know what I'm talking about?
yeah, love that
He's
you
just like
know the origin of the meme as well.
he's just like I'm trying to get it. So he's got this face.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
me after I think Tuesday's connections, where I was just like,
Oh,
"What the fuck is going on here?"
yeah.
I just
Couldn't get a
couldn't.
single one. Yeah.
I honestly, I don't know if I did. I I I
I've
was
had those
so
days.
hell bent that I thought I knew one that I was like, "Oh, this is clearly the category. If it's not this one, it's the other one." And both were wrong, and I wasn't even
Yeah.
closer than I started. So right off the bat, 2 mistakes, 2 strikes right away, you
It
know?
drives me nuts that it gives you the you're one away, but it doesn't tell you which one is
Mm-mm,
the it's like maybe could
mm-mm.
we add that a bit? Maybe could we add that? That would be great. Um
Yeah.
Also, this is just a perfect real-time update of something right in this avenue for Duolingo.
Mhm.
Duolingo.
Oh god.
Um, do you remember our very old friend from college, a few years younger, from the comedy scene? I would describe her like a younger sister. Do you know what I'm going to say about right now?
I have a couple people in mind, like, I'm thinking of Jasa maybe, or
Jason's a good guess, but it wasn't Jasa. Another person. Tippy late night. Um,
Monroe?
yes, Monroe.
Oh.
So I on Duolingo, it gave a suggestion. Like, do you know this person? And so I added her, and her and we haven't really like I haven't talked to her in years. It's been at least 5, 6 years. But
Mhm.
just today, it gave me the thing. It's like, do you want to nudge Monroe? She hasn't done it today. And I was
Yeah.
like, yes, yes, I do. And she just texted and she goes, Duolingo is unhinged. And she
Yeah, it
took a
is.
screenshot of my nudge. So, anyway, that was a perfect little segue from our rant here to something that just happened. So,
That,
what a
that
fun way.
Duolingo nudging is crazy. I had, like, a streak. I probably went I think maybe, like, a couple years ago, I had, like, a year plus streak, like, day streak,
Hmm.
because you could do the freezes. If you miss a day, it kinda, like, you can recover it and continue it going. But then I just went full cold turkey. I said, "You know what? I don't need to learn Italian. I don't need to know Italian right away."
Ugh,
And I left
ugh,
the game,
Alex.
but Duolingo's push notifications are absolutely unhinged, like a
Yeah.
really, really bad ex, which is like, you left, what happened? Like emails, multiple emails throughout the week. Like, I miss you. What's going on? Why aren't you Duolingoing anymore? It's kind of wild how much they push notifications, and you can like set it to like do less, but it seems like it still comes through. It's a lot.
It is. It's very funny. The screenshot I got, it looks like it might even be on her email. It said,
Yeah.
Jake Yardley invited you to come back to learn Spanish. Like, just like so aggressive.
Yeah.
But fun way to keep in touch, to be honest. Really fun. I like seeing other people there, Mama Spice still there or what they're up to. And then
I'll come back one day.
Lisa and
I'll
one
come
day.
back.
Well, I'll
I'll
nudge you.
get
I'll
I'll
give
get
you a
lonely
nudge.
and I'll drunk text Duolingo, you know.
Here you go. After breakfast, we had a fun little. Did you like the F1 outing? You didn't wear your stuff, but that's
I
fine.
don't have any stuff, dude. I gotta get stuff.
No colors, no prep.
No.
I've got my Ferrari. I've got my Ferrari T-shirt that I got for Al's bachelor party coming up, and so I wore that. Al and I are both rocking the Ferrari gear, but it's funny because also at the same time, I guess he likes the other driver on Ferrari than the person I like, which means we're like bitter rivals, I guess. Which
Yeah.
I just cannot get on the same page with Al. I thought I was very excited. I thought he and I could finally, after this Eagles Cowboys rivalry we've had our whole friendship, I'm like, perfect. Now we can root together. And then lo and behold, he's like, your boy Charles really fucked up this time. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
Jake, if you were on the same team as a contrarian, you might as well not be on, in the same universe. You only exist if you're on the opposite end with a contrarian.
That's right.
And that's who Al
That's
is.
right.
He's a contrarian.
And I hope he listens to this. I hope he listened to this. He did say he was watching on YouTube the other
I don't
week.
think he would dispute that.
And no. He better recognize Charles is a better driver. Bang! There we go.
Shots
I was
fired.
pointing aggressively for the audio audience there, and so hopefully that really came across. That would be fantastic.
It resonated.
Yeah, that would be good. But it was fun. I liked that it was just a sprint. It was pretty quick. I'll tell you, as far as sporting events go, I felt like we were in there. Al's giving us the lowdown. It felt like 30 minutes, but I think it was like an hour, probably closer to an hour. And that was
that you could go between the different cameras. We could go to like one driver's camera and see what the race is like from his perspective, but then you could also see the top view of like what the broadcast is doing. So that was cool. And if you had like one guy that you really liked, you could just follow their whole race, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty wild to just see like a racer's perspective, the entire race. That's kind of crazy. They should do that in the NFL in helmets. You just get the running back or the quarterback.
Remember the helmet cam in when 2K still made football games?
Yes.
I think it was a 2K football game, and it was helmet cam. Yeah, that would be wild if like Amazon was like, okay, we're gonna put these tiny little helmets on these tiny little cameras on your helmet there. And well, you know what?
Speaking of which, I can't remember if this is on the podcast or not, so I guess I'll say it again. But have you seen the Amazon broadcast, the alternative broadcast they offer for the NBA playoffs?
You told me there's a lot of stats, right? There's a lot of overlay.
Yeah, it's a ton of overlay that during the game, over top their heads, if it's a star player, it will put a star icon above their head. There was one player who he was a 3-point specialist. There was a number 3 over his head. There was like, it's like the game. There was a part of me where I was watching and I was like, is this a video game? This is crazy. It was giving like their hot spots, the percent, like he was pulling up for a shot. And as he's taking it, it gave the real-time percentage he has from that spot, which is just crazy.
The fact that they're like going now, the reality is going closer to video games because there's like previously the video games are trying to get closer to reality.
Oh,
so it's like
I hate that observation.
Who's chasing who?
Yeah, you're so right, and I hate that observation. It's so
because before it was like we want to make it look realistic, and now the realistic version is like we want to make it look, video game.
Yeah,
I don't know,
overlay. We want the extra info. We want the extra display. Right. Yeah, that's disgusting now that I think about it. Yeah, I actually hate that. It's all the Matrix. I think about the Matrix once a month now. The more AI comes in the conversation, the more I'm like, oh boy, this is gross. It comes up more and more. Now, Alex, weekend prior. Do you want to get into the Broad Street run a little bit here? Want to give us a little play?
Oh, I can open it up.
I feel like we teased a bit, but I do want to know. Now, I can't remember if it was you or Max showing me the map. Is it just a straight shot run? Like there's no turns or anything?
Jake, you got to slow down, man. You said give me the whole rundown. I'm going to give you the whole rundown. And guess
Alex,
what? Your boy got a theater degree here.
Give me a break.
I got a theater degree. All right. I'm going to put to use here. Alarm. I wake up 4:30.
Alex. This is the golf story. This is the How'd You Golf all over again.
Yeah, we gotta get into How'd You Golf. By the way, we do have to get into that. After the Broad Street, we'll talk about the How'd You Golf at the brewery. but but yes, to answer your question directly and not be such a thespian about it. Yeah, it's a straight shot. It's a straight shot, except for you hit City Hall. You can run.
Alex,
Actually, you know
hey,
what?
can I get the thespian response? Actually, do I get a
You
chance
want me to
to?
jump in?
I would love.
Okay.
Yeah.
Morning dew is on the front lawn. I'm waiting outside. I've got all my materials ready, and I'm ready to run. Car pulls up, filled with. It was a Mini Cooper, newer Mini Cooper sedan, 4-door. It was Max, his wife. His wife's father was driving, and her friend from college.
Father-in-law?
Yeah,
Not the
father-in-law.
you're
He was a
the
runner, Jake. He was a runner in college. Don't you? He was good. He was good.
you're the
But he was
son-in-law's
old school.
friend, Alex, in the
Yeah, I'm the
story.
son-in-law's friend. Yeah, I'm the
Oh boy.
son-in-law's friend in the story.
Mm-hmm.
Devin, his wife, has been doing this for like 6+ years, right? We're driving
Oh,
down. She's telling me she's running down everything. We're in the car now, right? Devin's in the middle. I'm squeezed in the back. Max and his father-in-law in the front. So I'm directly behind Max. We
Alex,
have
is
to
there a
stop at a
tension? Is there a tension there, or do they get along? What's that
no.
like?
Oh no,
What's
not
the
tension.
dynamic
No
like?
tension at all. These guys
Ah,
are thick as thieves, and
bummer,
honestly, maybe pretty
bummer.
happy for Max. Yeah, bummer
Oh,
for the
good.
story,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
pretty happy for Max because it seems
Very
like they
excited for
really get
him,
along well. Yeah,
personally.
very happy for him. But he was like, "Hey
Upset
man,
there's
how
not.
are you?" But he's facing front, and I'm directly behind him. I'm good, and I'm doing the weird shoulder thing. Like, I'm
Oh
good. Good to
no! While
see you,
he's
buddy.
driving.
No, no, no,
Oh,
no, no. He's in shotgun. Max is in shotgun.
okay,
Um,
okay. I
so he's
see.
doing the hand tap back. Hey, good
Right.
to see you. But
Yeah.
it's just funny that we can't face each other. I'm like, I haven't seen you in so long. Like,
Yeah.
and so we're talking about, last time we were together in Doylestown, I forgot my gloves there, or something. We stop at Wawa, we get a coffee, coffee and some people got
Alex,
ready in their different
really
ways.
quick, can I do a quick
Mhm.
aside here? Just the
Please, Jake,
Wawa
jump in
note.
yeah, jump in at any time to do an
At the
aside.
quick
Yeah.
Wawa note, I posted this on my story on Instagram, but did you see one of my favorite bands, the Bleachers? Do you know them?
Yes, and I saw the thing you're about to talk. I know where you're going with this. Yeah, yeah, I saw,
Yes.
and hell yeah.
Uh, the lead singer, Jack Atnoff, he is, and I guess it's the Bleachers that he's doing it through, but I just saw it through his
Mhm,
Instagram. They're releasing a new album. And
mhm.
one of the songs, he is just contemporary Bruce Springsteen. He's from Jersey.
Whoa.
It
Okay.
sounds like he's got the E Street Band with him. And also, fun note about him, he also um did some producing for Taylor Swift. So
Did
he
he really?
actually, yes. So he actually has several Grammys for his production and the ability for like sound mixing and how he's able to do things. So very talented person. And
Mhm, mhm,
anyway,
mhm.
his latest song, the single off the new album, it has this whole like Springsteen, Nebraska kind of feel. And he's storytelling about the good old days. And he mentions Wawa, and I haven't really heard Wawa in like a contemporary kind of like, you know, plain beauty type of thing. It was very funny. Very funny. I immediately sent it to Tanner and Aubrey, who have talked shit
Good.
about Wawa since the day we told them about it. However,
Mhm.
it was a beauty. It was a beautiful, reflective look at Wawa and its place in this person's life and their lovely adolescence. Anyway, that's where you were going to the run. Go ahead. I
No, and
apologize.
also you no, because to add, I believe in that message to Tanner and Aubrey, you're like, Wawa's part of the culture.
That's
Wawa's
right.
part of the culture,
That's
and
right.
and
That's
it
it.
was that because that was our culture that morning was that's where we went to get our fuel for the Broad Street race because we're Philly people.
And what'd you go
And
for?
what did I go for? I went for a
Did you do a
small
skillet?
coffee. I already had a banana. I went for a skillet. I was part chef. They were out of
Yeah.
ramekins.
Yeah.
I got a small coffee and I had already eaten a banana before I left and had a
You're
little bit of
stuffed.
a yeah. You don't want to go heavy on that. You know what I mean? Then you're gonna
It's
have to go to the
tricky.
bathroom. You know?
Yeah, because you're prepping for a 10 miler here, Alex. So did you go fuel or did you go you want to be light? Because I could see
Oh, Jake,
both
it's
schools of
gas and
thought
go for
here.
Lightning McQueen. It's just
Oh,
gas and go for Lightning
wow.
McQueen. Because the night before, Yo-Yo
Carboard.
Ma's
A
brother,
sister. Jack Black,
um,
what is that?
from School of Rock, Yo-Yo Ma's
Yeah.
sister.
Sister.
No, the night before I had made like kind of like a chicken noodle soup with like veggies and kale and all this stuff, pre-race
Yeah.
protein, or no, well,
Yeah.
there was protein in it, but pre-race carb load, I mean.
Yeah.
So I did that the night before, and so we drive down there. It
So just a coffee
is
then for you. Just a coffee, water, just kind of
banana, coffee, banana.
banana. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
And then what do? We parked kind of by the Eagles Stadium, and it's pretty dark and it's very cold and windy in the morning.
Mm.
This is
Mm.
like
What
the
time?
race starts at 7. The race starts at 7 a.m. They
Ugh.
picked me up at 5 a.m. So
Blech.
that's why, yeah.
Blech.
Yeah. We got to Philly really quick. Max made a funny joke about Risqué, uh,
Strip club?
Risqué strip club. That's right. Jake, how'd you know? And
Nice.
then we, and it was funny because his father-in-law, they were making funny jokes about the breakfast there, classic strip club joke. And it just because it was early in the morning, we're like, is it closing or is it about to open? We don't know. You don't know.
Did,
We
did,
were at that
did you
weird hour.
catch afterwards? I saw you after the run. I caught you at the Green Parrot. We had a little thing. I tried to slip in that joke, but I got a very weird response and had to quickly explain myself. Did you catch that? Did you catch what
I didn't.
happened
I
there?
missed that part. We can get to that. We'll get to that part. We'll
Okay.
get to that part at the end. The moms were there though, so there's a different dynamic. Maybe
For
would be my
sure. For
gut
sure.
reaction, but I don't know if I caught it. I might have been lost in the another part of the conversation there because it was like a table full of people at that time. But we get in, then we park next to Eagle Stadium, so Lincoln Financial Field and Citizens Bank Park, kind of right between there, and we walk to the subway, which they have free for everybody. So if you're a runner, you just free
Mm.
subway ride, and it takes you all the way up to the Allegheny stop, which it basically we were at the end of, or I'll say south of where the line is, and then we take the
Mm.
subway all the way to the beginning of the race. So that way we finish
Mm.
closer to our cars, basically, where everybody
Nice.
parks. So that's
Love, by the way, this podcast, big supporter of public transportation. Very cool. Love that. Very fun.
yeah.
Cool. So you subway there, you get there,
Yeah, we're
5
packed like
a.m.
sardines, Jake. We're packed like sardines, right? Because all these racers we're like we're again packed in, like we're like up against people. I'm
Mm.
doing the handover something. Hand over, holding over top of somebody, and there are these 3 guys that are talking, and one guy, just such a Philly guy, no filter. He's like talking to his friend about. He goes, what'd you eat this morning? And he's like talking to his friend. He goes, hey, what'd you have? And I'm gonna build a picture here. One of the guys has a bunch of tattoos. I think he's got a nose ring. Another
Sure.
guy, he's got like a ripped up T-shirt as a headband. That's
Can I
kind of what
guess?
he's.
Can I guess? Monster Energy drink? Is there a Monster Energy drink in hand?
No, they were a little bit more serious runners
Oh wow.
than a Monster Energy drink. Um, so 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 he goes, "What'd you have?" And one guy goes, "Yeah, I had a couple bananas and some granola." And he goes, "Nice, nice." And then the other guy, "What'd you have?" He goes, "I had a breakfast sandwich." And he goes, "Whoa, ballsy decision. You had a breakfast sandwich?" And he goes, I didn't. If I did that, I'd have anxiety right now. Because if I,
everyone else is like, holy shit. Oh my
yeah,
God.
and then he was like, they're talking, and then he goes, "What kind of headphones do you have?" And he goes, "You didn't bring headphones?" He goes, "I could never do that." He goes, I could never just live with my thoughts." He goes, "I have way too many demons. I could never." I could never just run. He goes, you could do it, but that's a whole different thing. That's a whole different thing.
Oh my God.
And so that was kind of the packed subway ride up there with these guys, which is pretty entertaining for me. We talked about Kelsey was Devin's friend, roommate for college, but she had a Garmin watch, and we were talking about your Garmin
Oh,
watch. She was
Garmin
showing
fellow.
me, yeah, she was showing me all the cool settings, and it's like a little touch screen. Hers was really cool. Like she could do all the
Oh,
VO2
she got
max and all
like,
that.
yeah, so she got the nice one because
Oh yeah,
I went for more of the like, I I'm trying to get away from screen time and I don't need something that looks really nice and like approachable. So I went for the one that has like a display that's very bland, black and white. It's better
analog.
for
Yeah,
battery. Yeah. And so it has like physical buttons and stuff like that. But
yeah,
the one I think, if it's the one I'm thinking of, is really nice. It's a really
yeah.
nice watch. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
she got it. She told me the sticker price, and I was like, "Whoa, okay." So clearly,
Yeah.
she was like,
That's like a serious
um,
runner though. That means she's a serious runner
and
for
I
sure.
didn't know this going into it, but only after the fact did I learn that she does like she like so her and Devin went to like med school together, so they were like she does like physio stuff, and she does personal training, I believe, too, which
Hmm.
I didn't know any of this going into it. Which I feel like an idiot now. We ran a marathon, what, like a decade ago? And so I was like, yeah, I ran a marathon ago. And they're like, how long did you run, in training for this? And like, how long were your runs? And I go, oh, like 5 to 10. And they all laughed at me when I said 5 to 10. They're like, is it 5 or is it 10? Like, what were you doing? And I was just like, I don't know all my stats. They all have like
Vibed
the
it out, you
watches.
guys. I'll see you at the
Yeah.
end.
I was like, I mean, I
Let
could
me
tell
know
you
how
how
my
many.
butt looks back there.
Well, that's the thing though, is so yeah, I did pretty well. Well, we get to one of the corrals, we get to our corral, and we go to the bathroom first. The lines, oh my god, the lines for the porta potties are crazy. So there's a
I
spot in the
bet.
woods where all of us went in the woods right next to where you
Nice.
could go. Um, Went there, and then corral, they say go. We're probably in like one of the later corrals, probably like 30, probably like 7:30 is when we like went, when the first leg is like 7 o'clock, the serious people. Um, we all decided to go to the same one so that we could meet up later. And then we were probably together for like maybe the first minute or so, and then every person for themselves. And I had my
Oh,
headphones
wow.
in, me in the city, baby. Felt like
You in the
Rocky.
city. Yeah.
And you start in like kind of like a sketchier neighborhood, and
Nice. That
some
really
random.
fuels the run. Sure.
Yeah, but regardless of where you're at, there's people, even there, even in the beginning of the run, there's people on the side handing out waters. There's people cheering on the side of the road. There's so many signs. There were so many signs. Like one was like, it was like in front of a church, and they were like, "You're running on a Sunday, you must repent for your shins." So fun little
Ah,
puns. Yeah, fun little
nice.
puns. One dark humor, it was like this one that was like, run run fast like my dad did to when he went out to get some milk. Which
Oh, no.
yeah,
Oh,
I don't know,
no.
a little darker there.
Yeah.
But there's so many people. You run through, like you said, it's a straight shot. You go down Broad Street the whole way. You can see
Okay.
City Hall kind
Cool.
of at the end. It's all closed down, but they have like trash. There was like trash trucks that were blocking off the street, and the trash truck guy is like honking his horn at everybody. And he's like, "Where you go?" It's like such a great like humans being humans moment, because I'm high-fiving strangers. I don't know any of these people. They're all
uh,
asking for high five. I'm high-fiving police officers. Um, and everybody's doing it, not just me. Like everybody's kind of like running through. Max, at one point, he had a different race than I had. He had taken some people were holding out shots of Fireball. Max had taken 3 different shots of Fireball, and he
oh
got a
my God.
picture with Gritty, the hockey mascot for the
Yeah.
Flyers. Um,
That's
and so
incredible.
there's,
Now,
yeah, the people are handing
how
out.
did you,
Yeah, you have a
were you
question?
with him when he was doing the fireball here or have
No,
you
no, I
separated
learned
at that point? Learned
we
it
separated
after.
at that point. Yeah. I was pretty quick. I finished in an hour and 25 minutes with a pace of like 8.5 minute mile. So like 8:27 or something is like the average
Nice,
that I came
dude.
up
That's
with
great.
over
That's
10 miles. Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah, that's
So
really good.
that was pretty good, but the girl Kelsey that we went with, again, I didn't see any of them. Dude, she finished in 1:21. She beat me by like 4 minutes. I was like,
Oh,
"Oh, man, we got a rematch now.
yeah.
We gotta go next year or
How did
something."
Max and Devin do? Weren't they coming off a wedding the day before?
Dude, they were monsters. Yeah, exactly. They had a wedding the night before in which they were telling me how they were. Remember the Albaneers,
Yeah.
Robert Albaneer and Kelly. It was Kelly was getting married, and then Robert gets married later the month. They said they did the backyard. They have a lot of land. They did the backyard really nice. Like they couldn't have spoken more highly of how it looked. And um, there was bars, but also they had just wheelbarrows of um, like seltzers and beer, so that it could
Mm.
thin out the line at the bar a little bit, which I thought was smart. You know, because
Oh,
sometimes
yeah.
there's like a backup at the open bars or whatever. But so all of that to say, yeah, they had a night the night before, and then we're up at like 4:30 or something. You know, they must have got up at like 4 o'clock
Hair of the
to run
dog
it.
for Max. He needed those fireball shots, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, animals. I mean, they finished. Having considered all that, he still finished at like 1:45, an hour 45 minutes or something like that. So I mean,
Oh
that's
my
a raw
god.
athlete. That's a raw athlete right there. And I'm pretty sure Dev broke 2 hours. She got 2 hours the year before, so I think she's trying to beat that. She was at like 1:58 or something like that. And
Oh,
then
nice. That's sweet.
yeah, and then her dad was pretty. I think he finished around where me and Kelsey finished. So he was a runner. He was funny. They had like the gels. Like Kelsey had the gels that she gave to like
Mm.
Max, and like they had the gels ready. And and um and Devin's dad was like, "I got some peanut chews." You could tell like he was old school, like he'd been doing that. Like to me,
Yeah.
I took it as like this is like his favorite pre-race sugar rush glycogen spike is peanut chews. Says he, "No,
Yeah.
I'm going to get my peanut chews here." Um,
That's awesome.
but it was great atmosphere. It really felt like a part of the city, quite frankly. It's like a really great community because like the band for Temple's playing. There's DJs like every other block playing Rocky music and cutouts of Rocky's face or Adrian's face
Sure.
or
Oh,
Apollo
that's great.
Creed.
Yeah, of
Um, it
course.
was really cool. And then there's guys dressed as Benjamin Franklin. There was a guy dressed in or girl, I don't know, was dressed in a T-Rex outfit. There was
Mm.
two
Are they running or
girls.
are they just hanging out?
Everybody's running. Everybody's running and doing it. And there was two girls that were dressed up like the Slinky dog. So they were connected. They had a Slinky that they were connected to. So
That's
people just had
incredible.
fun with it. A lot of Sixers jerseys, like Max wore a Jimmy Butler jersey. Devin had an Embiid jersey on. Um, a lot of Philly love there because this is right off the Celtics win too.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. It's a
so
big.
it was pretty big. And then at the end, you get to the end, you finish at the Navy Yard, which was very cool and very pretty to be on, see the boat, see everything. You get your medal. They have water. They have, bananas, chips, and everything. And then they have like a vendor's village. And that's where we met, where they have like a brewery. They have like Dunkin' Donuts, little like stands, like food truck, like stands for food and stuff like that.
Now, Alex,
Um,
did Olivia Dean make the playlist, the Broad Street playlist here? Did
Great
Olivia?
question. Yeah, she definitely slipped in. I think Rain Me In, I remember listening to.
Oh, yeah.
Um, but I had a
Yeah.
what was it? High energy workout mix or something. It was like the title of. So I had, oh gosh, I had some Lil Wayne in there, I think, slipped in there. I
Mm.
had some Kendrick Lamar. Um, I had all over the place, I think, with it. And then I went alternative stuff. Probably Bleacher's Song was probably in there. Speaking of
There
them,
you go.
but it
I
was like an
love
hour and a
them.
half, so it was a lot of different songs. But yeah, so it was great. And then on the drive back, we all went up to Green Parrot, and that's where we met you guys, and when Wendy and his mom and everything. So it was great, exhausting. I think that whole day, 17 miles of movement or something from the tracker, from
Yeah,
the what you call it, because that was the same day we went to the brewery. That was the
that's
same
right. We
day.
went right after. Well,
Hmm.
the Green Parrot there. Yeah, you guys have. I think we're referencing the Risqué strip club or something. And I made this joke of like, I go, they've got great eggs there. And I saw, I think it was Kelsey's face or maybe like Wendy too, where they just kind of looked and they were like, ugh, like, are you
Yeah.
like, is that a reference to the women's body? And I was
Oh
like,
no.
and so that's what I was saying
Oh.
earlier was like I had to I just I said it
Oh.
as a thing like you never eat at a strip like you would never eat there, but there is also a Parks and Rec bit of like
Right.
Ron Swanson eating
Mhm.
at the all you can eat buffet and he eats like the scrambled eggs and bacon. And
Yeah.
so I was referencing that, and when I saw the faces that were not getting that, I had to fully explain it and was like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. I was like, I just felt, I was like, oh, I was in quite the hole there for a second. Had to get out of that.
Just quick
Um,
digging. Yeah.
yeah. But no, I actually, what's funny is I had a bit of an early morning too, where we had the brewery thing planned, and then that was for Sean and Devin's birthday bash thing, whatever. But
Mhm.
before that, I Parker had asked me to go golfing, and I
Oh
was like,
yeah.
oh, I was like, I'd love to, but like, I don't know if I can do both. I agreed to this already. I could do like a cheeky, front nine
Mhm.
and do that type of thing. And so he was like, "Yeah, that'd be great. Like, no worries." And I was like, "Okay, perfect. Would love to see you. Haven't seen him in a while." So it's funny. I had a similar like I went and got some breakfast and went um to go play with them. It's funny because I had maybe like what was it 8 o'clock, and I was like, I'm excited. Look at me. I got up on a weekend here doing something, but
Yeah.
I feel so emasculated after hearing you're already at 5 a.m. down in a
No, no,
you
no,
know
no. That's like a once in
uh,
a year thing, right? It's not
yeah,
not like
but
yeah.
no, it was great. I just got new shoes, but I haven't tried them on. And in my excitement to get some breakfast before, I was running a little bit late, like I was cutting
Mhm.
it close. So I was like pulling in as they were getting ready to tee off or whatever. So I had a very quick like pull in, and I think any golfer kind of knows this, where it's like the tee time is very strict and you've got to be there. And I had to go pay for my round. So Parker was a champ. I haven't seen him in years. And I go,
Mhm.
"Hey, buddy, how's it going? Yeah, we're over here." He goes, "I'll take your bag if you want to go pay for the round." I go, "Oh, perfect." So he grabs the bag. I go in, I pay, check out for the round, and as I'm doing this, trying to get my shoes on, and I realize like one of the laces, there needs like a hole wasn't punched, if that makes sense.
Oh, I
So
yeah, I know what you're saying.
I couldn't lace it all the way. So I had to mess around. I'm at the tee box on the first one, just fiddling with my shoes while I also got there. There's Dave, haven't seen him in a while. And then
Mhm.
uh, Slack as well. So there's the
Mhm.
four of us, and they're all like, how you been? What's going on?" And I'm trying so hard not to rush myself, even though I'm
Mhm.
in a rushing mood. Like
Yeah.
you're speeding to get there. I'm just quickly trying to pay for stuff, and then I'm putting the shoes on. The shoes don't have a hole in them, and I'm trying to. And I'm like, "No, I've been great. I've been great. Yeah, how are you? How are you?" And I'm like trying to see how everything goes, and then luckily, all of us are, we're not pros. We're not pros, and
Yeah.
um, they put me with Dave, and he had a he had a shot. He had a shot that might have veered a little bit, and I was very thankful because I was like, oh, good. Now we're all going to
Yeah.
be all over the place, and so it was a classic thing though of like he shanked it to the right. I was sharing a cart with him. I shanked it to the left, and we're like, "Hey, between the two of us, we had a great shot."
Right down the middle. Yeah.
um, I had a nice shot after that where beautiful approach. I haven't seen Parker in years, and I pull up to the green and Parker goes, Brian, that was a great shot. But what Jake just did, that shot, and I was like, oh, you're really lining me up here to just smoke this putt. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
you're really excited for me, which is great, but I'm not gonna. And so I then three putted my way afterwards.
Oh no,
And
you did smoke that pot? Did you smoke
yep,
it?
sure did. And
Oh no.
it was fun though. We were kind of going fast and furious. Dave he has a beautiful little cheat thing here on his bag. He has a
Mhm,
little card that shows you exactly like whatever the yardage is, it'll show you what
mhm.
club you should use, which
Oh.
is so helpful. I usually kind of just eyeball, I've got no idea. And so that was a really cool thing. On hole about like 3 or 4, Parker is like, "You guys, anyone want a little Coors Light or anything? How are we feeling?"
Uh-oh,
And
uh-oh.
and Dave goes, "Oh, all right, yeah. Let me finish this tequila." And then I am all game. Absolute wild card. We were like, "Oh, dude, I thought you just had like a like Sprite or something in that cup." um,
Incredible.
yeah,
Incredible.
so Dave was a true wild card, but the big the big the fun thing about this round, or like, it was, your classic boys being boys, just kind of having a fun time. But at the turn, I finished my 9 holes. I'm like, I got to get going to this brewery, whatever. And then Andrew is sitting there. He's sitting there in his car. He's waiting because we don't want the grounds crew, or I don't know what they call the person that kind of like, you know,
The
watches everyone
staff that
tee
works
off.
there.
Yeah.
Right.
They kind of, yeah, I mean, they make sure everyone's, following the rules or whatever. We didn't want to show them that like we were switching. We weren't. You probably could do it. We paid for it, whatever. It's not like we were getting more people on the green, but
Mhm.
we did it kind of like almost like a drug dealer or something, right? I drove the cart into the parking lot, and then Andrew was just waiting there. He goes, "There he is," and like I'm taking my clubs off. He's putting his on. He goes, "Those are some good clubs." I go, "I love yours. This is great. It's great to see." He
Mhm.
goes, "How'd you shoot?" I go, "I'll let Parker tell you how I shot." um, and so it was great though. We got to. I'd love to do a round with him, but it was a nice little trade off. And then he and I split the round, so it was half the price.
Oh, yeah, a little front
Um,
nine, back nine action. You don't
oh,
I don't think I've ever heard that before. I
it was
mean, obviously,
perfect.
we used to do the old what was it, Rancho Park,
Nine
um,
hole
yeah,
course.
9-hole
Yeah.
course. Yeah, yeah. But, you have a buddy there at the turn.
Uh,
That's
we just
fun.
tag teamed it. We just tag teamed the round. Um, so it
Did you
was
see
perfect.
Andrew's did you see Andrew's, his golf socks or his
Oh
club
my gosh.
socks?
Yeah, he had the
Aren't they the
mystery
best?
machine. He
Oh,
had the
I
mystery
loved it
machine.
on
He
the
had
putter,
another one
yeah.
as well. He had another big fun thing as well. So he had some cool ones. Yeah, it got me excited. I did order that little card that Dave had on Amazon. It's like $5. And
Mhm.
so yeah, I
Can
got
you
it.
help
So I'll
explain to
have
me,
it.
like, how does it do explain the card to me again? Like, what is
So
it
it
exactly?
basically goes, it has a if you could picture just like columns and rows, it
Mhm,
has 3 columns and like, I don't know, 10 rows or whatever. And the 10 rows are basically all the clubs. So you have like a driver, a three
mhm.
wood, hybrid, uh, all your irons, and then like sand
So
wedge, pitching wedge.
it's like a little
And
cheat
so
sheet? Like a little cheat sheet for
yeah, and
distances kinda?
so yeah, each column, it goes like novice, rookie, and then it goes like average, and then it goes like, you know, pro, or
Mhm.
like really good at golfing. So that
Advanced, right,
way,
right.
yeah, that way, like if you're a rookie, you'll probably club up,
Mhm,
and use like a 3 wood instead of like an iron or something like that. So it just
mhm,
tells you, like when you're golfing, like a lot of the carts, or sometimes people will have like a range finder where it'll tell you how far you are from the hole. That way, what club to use. And I know I was looking at some of them on the back. It gave you the option to write in your own clubs and your own
mhm.
distances, so you could figure out your own
Make it
personal one.
personalized. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
I didn't get that one, but the one I had, I think it'll be a good just benchmark for me and whoever I'm golfing with. Like if it's a rookie or someone to just be like,
Mhm.
use this one, um, and kind of go from there. So that'll be cool. I'm pumped about that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Fun
that's
little
cool.
thing.
It sounds like a great thing. Yeah, because you went right from there. We kind of briefly met at the. You said hi at Green Parrot, and then we
Yeah, and then we went to
were
the brewery,
off to the brewery for the birthday, which
which what a blast. Well,
yeah,
we got there. I think you had a little bit of a kind of like shower up, kind of wind down
I
after
finished
the big
eating. Yeah, I
morning.
was eating at the Green Parrot, and like yeah, I was still in
Yeah.
my running clothes, so I had to shower
Yeah.
for my running clothes and stuff and
Yeah,
change and everything.
we jetted straight there, and it was Lisa and I, weekly appreciation of my wife. She's very
Nice,
lovely. We had a
nailed it.
fantastic time. She, no, it was very funny because we just knew Sean and Devin, that's whose birthday it was. And it's always tough when the people you know are the host because
Yeah,
they're hosting,
yeah,
they're bouncing around. So you're kind of left on your own. And so Lisa and I kind of got a beer and we're walking around and it was just baby city, because
yeah,
I feel like that's what happens is Sean and Devin, they've got their kiddo. And when you're a parent, you gravitate to other parents. And
yep.
so a lot of the people there were young couples. They've got kiddos, but it was funny because Lisa and I were still new in the area, and it 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 kind of just turned into like a little bit of like speed dating for friends with my wife. Um, which
Yeah,
would have
yeah,
it
because you
felt
guys are
like
looking for double date couples, right?
yes, we're looking for friends. So we're like, yeah, like dating for friends is the way we were kind of joking about it. Dating for friends with my wife is just a funny way sentence. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, we were just kind of like testing the waters. Like I was grabbing a beer, I came back, and Lisa's chatting with one of the moms, and she's just like, yeah, yeah, like we were in the area. We weren't from here. We just moved here. And her and I kind of look at each other like, that's kind of fun. All right. They're new to the area
Perfect. Us
too. And
too.
I was talking to the guy and I was like, yeah, I was golfing. He goes, I belong to a club. I'm a big fan or whatever. And I kind of look at Lisa like, look at us. Uh-oh. Um, but it was funny. They were like, all right, we're gonna go feed the little one. And then Lisa and I are just kind of having like a little powwow after of like, they were fun, huh?
Did we
That was a
like
cool couple.
them?
Yeah, did we
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in college again, like dating, but like now I have like a partner to kind of like chat in real time about like they were
Yeah.
cool. We were good chemistry there, huh? Like they were fun. Um
She's looking at red flags that you maybe didn't see or vice
yeah, but can you
versa. Like,
believe? Can you even
could,
believe the way? Yeah.
could see blind
uh,
spots kind of thing.
yeah. So yeah, that was very fun. And then but anyway, we were there. We had a couple drinks, and then you kind of show up after because you had a little bit
Hmm.
of a time delay there. So we already
Hmm.
had quite a few little drink poos. That place was
Well,
great.
now, but you did you did mention though also you did know one other person, which is Sean's younger sister Jenna was there, which
I
again,
I know.
like we were talking about with Monroe, kind of like a younger sister to us in a way.
Yes.
Which when we were friends with her, I remember sleeping over Sean Barry's house and then just seeing her, and so she's like forever frozen as like a you know young sister basically in my head. And we hadn't seen her in so long. It was great
So
catching up
fun.
with her.
So
She
fun.
asked you. She asked you right.
Yeah, we
She
have to.
asked you
Yeah,
how
we should
how is
talk about
golf
the golf.
going? Yeah,
How's the
yeah,
golf
yeah.
going? This is what we were referencing earlier when Alex is starting his Broad Street run, which is it's Alex, Jen, and I just chatting. We've had a couple beers and I'm just sitting there and she goes, so how was golf? And I go, really good. I started off, had an oatmeal, right? And so I had the hot water for coffee, but I had extra. So I then poured it into the oatmeal. However, too much water. I had way too much water. So I
Yeah, it's too
poured a
much
second packet into the water to that way
for
dilute and be able to kind of have a bit
the
better
viscosity of it.
consistency. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
a thicker oatmeal. And it was exciting because it was the first packet was banana, the second one maple and brown sugar. And so the two of them mixed really well. But I thought to myself, I'm going to be golfing. I need some fuel. We had some ripe bananas. I put one ripe banana in there as well. Put that in there. And I'm looking at it. I'm going, this is good. Maybe. And this is a little bit of overkill, a little bit of honey. I knew I was going to be doing, 9 holes.
It's
I
fun
thought
though. It's a lot of sugar though. Those
it's a
packets,
lot of
they
sugar.
sneak up on you. They sneak up on you with the sugar.
Gonna be a good fuel. But because of the oatmeal, I was running late. So I'm late to golf. I'm getting behind. She's like, somewhere between us. She goes, great. So how did you golf? Like, not good, Jenna.
No, the golf, no, bad.
Terrible. Happy you out. Yeah. The oatmeal, I was fueled though. Yeah. So, yeah.
New favorite thing. We were really laughing about that at the picnic
we had a
table
fun
there
time.
outside the brewery, and just answering questions with everything you did prior to that, or it's like a
you have to
politician way of
understand
answering
to know
the
to
context.
understand how I golf. You should understand exactly what led to it. But I was kind of picking up. You and her were laughing, so I was just kind of leaning into
you were
it
playing
a lot.
the audience, Jake. You were reading the audience perfectly. You were playing us like a fiddle, and it was fun. We had a blast.
No, I feel like you guys did a very good job of kind of, feeding the fire as well. I think you both were, what kind of oatmeal? What kind of,
exactly.
it was a ripe banana. Oh, how ripe? How ripe was it?
We were fanning the flames a little bit.
I think Sean came over because we just talked about it. I go, my golf game, so the oatmeal.
Exactly. Because he came in the middle. Like we were talking about his golf game. And then,
he goes, okay, great.
So he's thinking about changing to rolled oats. He's thinking about changing to rolled oats because the packets have too much sugar.
Because it was Quaker. We didn't like Quaker.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, the Quaker rolled oats have more protein, sneaky amount of protein.
Yeah, we had a fun time that was a fun little bit. That was a great thing. And it's great too, because we haven't seen her in so long, and we kind of went right into a little bit, which is so fun.
Yeah, her old roommate from college was a blast too. He was really ripping. Some storytelling there. I'd never met him before.
Devin's friend out of town, and he similar boat. He was just lone wolfing the whole party, and he came in guns a-blazing.
I was trying to fire up his stories. Like I was like, I had a couple beers. I was banging on some picnic tables, like, okay, trying to really give him some energy for the stories, and he delivered. He came through.
He sure did. Yeah, he sure did.
But man, there's so many kids, like you said earlier. It is babysitting, not just with their family, like their friends and family, but like what has happened with breweries that are now like daycares? Breweries have become like the millennials hangout to bring your kids.
Yeah, I was trying to think about it because you brought this up, and it's a great point. And I think it was the outside element. I think that was part of it. There was there was like some field area for kids. There was like a kickball game going on at one point.
It's a baseball,
yeah. And then there was also the wood chipped area with the picnic benches where we were at most of the time. So there's just, I think, and it was a beautiful day with a view.
Great day. Yeah.
It was, and the view you could see just like rolling, hills with the trees, and it's in springtime. You got a lot of plants and flowers and stuff. And so it was just gorgeous to be outside. And so, maybe that's it though, is like the fact it was a nice day, the fact it was the outside, and then the parents could kind of just do their, they could keep an eye on them, but they could also do their own thing.
Get shit faced. Yeah.
Get shit faced. That's right. Get shit faced.
But it's got to the point where I go to like the Newtown Brewery even, and I'm like, oh, we're going to the brewery. It's going to be a lot of kids there, which is just a funny sentence to me. Like, we're going to the brewery.
That one does live music, right? They do live music.
They do live music inside, but they have an outside spot too, which last time I went there was a lot of kids. So it wasn't
maybe you got to go. Maybe you got to. So we should test now. Now that we have a bit of a hypothesis brewing, maybe we go to an entirely indoor brewery and see if the outdoor element is the deciding factor. Because there's a couple. There's that one on State Street we could head up that is indoor. Have you seen any children in that one?
No. No, well, actually, yes, I have. Not a
Oh,
lot though, but that's much smaller. That's like
yeah, different.
that's not a
It's not
big
like a
open brewery.
full. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like a
We'll have to
half-sized
test
one.
that. I would love any insight anyone has into the brewery kids kind of maybe it's just the fact that the brewery experience is just kind of like a elder millennial kind of thing and they just happen to be having kids now. So
Their
now
parents
kids
now.
are inhabiting the places where this demographic is. Maybe that's it.
Yeah,
That's a
interesting. And also, it's interesting because
hypothesis too.
Gen Z isn't drinking as much as the older generations were,
Ah,
you know?
yeah,
But now we're bringing them to breweries. Maybe that changes again for the next. Is it Gen Alpha? I can't keep track. I don't know. Who knows? Who
Who
cares?
knows? Who
It's for the
knows?
birds. For the birds. Speaking of the
Your
birds, speaking
birds.
of sports,
Here we
speaking
go. Look
of
at you. Are you a pro podcaster, Alex? What are you doing? What are you
I've
doing
been
right
doing it.
now?
So there's a lot of sports playing at these breweries. And dude, the last week of Philly sports has been nuts. Like what a run.
Electric. We are late. We're late to the party here, but yeah, last week there was a
Mhm.
24-hour period where there were, what was it, two Philly walk-offs and a Flyers playoff win and a Sixers playoff win. And it was just a whirlwind. This is like,
Incredible.
you know what it is? It's just the Flyers and the Sixers have been bad for so long that
Yep.
I didn't even watch the sports for like 10 years. Like,
Yeah.
and so the fact they're both in the playoffs,
Hmm.
um, and the Phillies have had a pretty sustainable little run here the
Hmm.
last couple years on top of it is just
The
it's
the
a
Phils are
it
looking good now. Yeah.
yeah.
The Phils are
It's just
back. They started off horribly, but then they fired Rob Thompson, and since they got old Donnie Mattingly in there, they've been doing well. I love the hat there. Let me try to match your energy there.
little sideways hat action for the YouTube audience. We're getting later
Um,
into the show. Nice, Alex. There you go.
and And the thing about the Sixers is like each game is such like you put roller coaster here, absolute roller coaster in the game
I
from
know.
game to game. There's like one quarter where they look amazing, one quarter where they look awful, one game where they look awful, one game where they look amazing. But we have to bask in the glory though that they finally fucking beat the Celtics. They I
Uh
know it's a first round, but we
oh
beat
my
them. They
god. We
beat
haven't
them.
there's so many crazy stats that happened that this is like I mean it's kind of it's brutal because it's like, oh, we'll probably get crushed now with the next series with the Knicks here.
The
But
Knicks, yeah.
it took us all of our being to beat the Celtics. And it some of the stats that were mentioned, they were down 3-1 in the series. They came back. The Sixers have never come back from a 3-1 series. The
Mhm.
Celtics have never blown a 3-1 series in both the teams'
Incredible.
histories. The teams have
Crazy.
also played each other in the playoffs more than any other matchup in the NBA. And the Sixers have not won that matchup in the playoffs since 1982, I want to
Yeah.
say.
Yep.
Which is
Dr. J.
a
Yeah.
disgusting stat. That is, they have just owned us for so long. And for all of those things to change and for Embiid to like finally be there in the main driver for it. Oh, it was so beautiful. So beautiful. I no matter what happens, so happy that happened. If they actually make a run, that would just be pure elation from me.
Mhm.
But man, just a I I've never. It's like the team they were trying to lose for so badly just to get into this position, which is kind
Yeah.
of crazy to think about. Um, yeah.
And for the longest time, I think we gave up on the fact that that experiment failed. This idea of tanking in order to get stars. But now we finally got Paul George, who he is finally the antidote for the Tatum, the Jays, Jason Tatum and
The
Jalen Brown. He's
wings.
a big wing that can play defense. And so even if he didn't put
Mhm.
up the best numbers, his defense made them look
Awesome.
so much worse than they
Yep.
are.
And
Um,
Tyrese looks so fast. This is what I'm worried about in the Knicks series because it didn't look the same in that first game, but against the Celtics, Tyrese looked like he was like Derek White looked so old and slow
mhm,
compared to Tyrese. Tyrese was
mhm,
just blowing by people. And like, even when he wasn't getting to the basket, he would kind of like get space, double back around, and then create space on like the perimeter.
yep,
it kind of reminded me a little bit of like when Steph Curry was just running around off ball and he would just pop up and he'd go by all these screens and he'd zigzag and like Tyrese does a little bit of that with the ball, which is kind of
yeah,
crazy. A little bit like AI almost, especially with the same jerseys on. He kind of looks like that in the cornrows and he's got that going on. But
yeah.
yeah, he was awesome. I really hope he wakes up in the second Knicks series. Um, and then VJ was just fun to
VJ,
see as like a very
ugh,
useful, awesome player. Um, he had
he's
one
ready for
game.
the moment. He's ready
Yeah,
for the moment, you know?
so awesome, so fun. Um, but oh my gosh. Yeah, he had one game where he like was 0 for 6 from 3 or something like that. And then uh like sometimes you like after that you're like, oh shit, he's really rattled. But then he came right back, really efficient, helped out in other ways, and just like
Mhm,
it didn't matter. It was
yeah.
perfect. It was like exact response you want when that kind of thing happens. Um,
He's been a
just awesome.
revelation this year. He's been amazing. Clearly, they came out on the next game exhausted from the 7-game series, only 2 days, and they had to travel on the day between too. And and the Knicks just blew out the Hawks by 40 in a 6-game series or 5-game series or something. So
Yeah.
they had plenty of rest. They clearly had came prepared and they were at home. So that first game, it was just kind of like
Oh,
a
it was 2 days
oof.
after. It was like
Yeah.
and it was such a big, brutal series for them. Yeah, definitely like a scheduling loss where it's like I think it was the Lakers, similar situation, but they got the extra day rest.
Mhm.
Like, you know, th that's just the scheduling benefited them. I think,
Yeah.
either way, we'll see. Hopefully they can bounce back. That'd be really fun. I'm excited to
Yeah,
watch
they're
that
playing
later.
again tonight, so hopefully now it said I saw today Embiid will be out for this game tonight. And
Uh,
so that's a
Bums me.
bummer, but maybe we'll get a weird Bona game where he throws his arms around, he flails around like a wacko, and he can get
Yeah.
some defensive plays. I feel like his best attributes are switching on defense better than our other big men and
Blocks.
blocking. Yeah,
Yeah.
blocks and steals. And then if he could roll to the basket and actually dunk it, that's like his only offensive,
He looks a
you
little
know?
bit like Ben Simmons sometimes when he goes up. He just like has this hesitation where he doesn't want to dunk it. He doesn't want to put it in. And I think he's overthinking it or he's just like
Mhm.
trying to do too much sometimes. Like it just seems like a very raw player. Like he's still very young. It's
Yeah.
like what his second year? It's his second
He
year, I
it
believe.
it's only his
Um,
second year. He him
yeah.
and McCain got drafted together last year.
Yeah.
And
And,
so
like, he looks crazy athletic. I just think
mhm.
he's just jumping at the wrong time sometimes and getting silly fouls or, like, he just doesn't have the fundamentals, which is kind of a bummer, but he does seem like a very good athlete, and I hope he could stay around and, like, develop a bit more.
when
Um,
when Drummond kind of ages out, I think he'll be a good backup. Or even probably maybe a little bit later when Drummond will probably we'll probably have somebody in between. But I'm thinking like year 5 or year 6, Bona is going to be a pretty good player. You know, like
yeah.
he's kind
Drummond is
of
hilarious. He's like a classic center that just rebounds and does putbacks and then he just developed this 3-point shot and
yeah,
now he's like he was like a millimeter away with the ball in his hand from getting a buzzer beater on the Celtics in the
I know,
playoffs. That would have been it was still honestly though I will say I think it was enough to like psychologically get a good edge and a good response from the crowd and everything. Like I think it still affected the game even though it
sure,
didn't count it still
yeah,
affected the game, and also, like, they started closing out on him. because he was making them. So I think it affected later in the game.
And he does his loaded gun celebration, and people were saying one of the most expensive celebrations in the league because he's getting fined every time he's doing it. He's getting fines. No, he keeps doing it. That's why it's the most expensive celebration in the league. Is he's just saying I'm paying the fine every time, but I'm going to do the gun, loading the gun thing.
Could you imagine if Ja Morant did that celebration?
He's done it before and gotten fined.
Well, do you remember he had the whole incident?
Yeah, he did it not too long after that. Do you remember the red dot incident too?
No.
He's just with okay. Ja Morant is with the wrong crowd. I just had this conversation the other day with Alec where Ja Morant, pretty sure he grew up like in like the suburbs, but he wants to be around people that make him feel like he's more hood than he is. And so he's got this group of guys that he hangs out with for street cred that I feel like he's like overcompensating all the time with the guns and all this stuff. But this group that he hangs out with, this is after the gun thing, after he got like suspended and fined for bringing guns on, having live ammunition and stuff like that on like a team plane or whatever it was. It's like the reincarnation of Gilbert Arenas, basically. And his friends have a red dot. This is maybe like a couple of weeks after that whole thing happened. So you'd think you'd want to lay low. You'd want to stay out of the headlines. His friends have a red dot in a parking lot pointing at people like it's a sniper rifle. So imagine you walking in the parking lot and you just have a red dot like on your person. You can see it to intimidate people and to scare the shit out of them. So just madness.
Maybe that's a celebration. Maybe that's a celebration.
You do a red dot? Yeah.
Yeah, like T.O. back in the day with the Sharpie. It's just a prop celly.
Bring prop comedy back to sports.
Yeah. That's right, Alex. Speaking of which, got a bachelor party in Vegas coming up, and I am trying desperately to get the crew to go to Carrot Top.
Come on, baby. Come on, Carrot
Alex, Top. I am pitching. I have a part-time sales job for Carrot Top, it turns out. I am pitching him. I'm following up. I'm trying to just get him in front of people. I just want the pulse out there for this bachelor party.
You don't know when that residency is going to end. You don't know how long he's going to be out there.
That's right. That's right.
The top's not going to be there forever. You know,
no,
you can't just rely and
it's going to be one of the last live acts before, the Sphere and AI generated BS is the entire
the Matrix, like you said at the beginning.
That's right. And on that note, it's been good. we end on the Matrix. I think we did hit most things though, Alex. Did we hit I feel like we hit
we got a lot of the good stuff. Yeah, the Flyers, they had a heartbreaker in overtime. We could talk about them briefly, but yeah, I think we hit most of the stuff. That was most of our week here.
What a time.
And
what time
are
you alive
tonight? What are you doing for the Sixers game tonight? You doing anything? What are you doing?
I'll be editing this podcast is what I'm going to be doing for this.
Fun. All right.
Got to get it out. Got a deadline. Thursdays.
That's right.
Thursdays. For the crowd.
That's why you're the best in the biz. That's why you're the best in the biz.
Thank you, Alex. I will take that. And on that, that's going yard. Thanks so much. Love you, brother.
Love you. See ya. Bye.